Tina, so I'm so excited to have you today, and you have come all the way, and we are shooting in Chennai. So Beena has been my mentor, and she herself has been a Reiki healer, breathwork coach as well, and Reiki coach. So I'm so excited to have you here today as a business coach and sharing her insights on what have the challenges for people to launch their business, their passion, and you know, upskill them. So, what are the things needed, and what are the mistakes people do while launching their business? And let's hear straight from the expert. Hi, Zina. Hi, Rima. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, as you were saying so many things about me, I would just like to say one word. Manifestation is Rima. So yeah, so let's go with the challenges that we are talking about. Honestly, we all fall in a trap of ads. Suddenly, when we look at ads and ads are saying that, hey, you're going to earn so many lakhs in a duration of 1 year, 2 years, 6 months for that matter, we feel that that's the reality. But that is an outcome some people have achieved. It is not necessary that we will also achieve the same result in day one. Exactly. And that is where most of the people are falling trap. So the first thing we have to ask is, what is my stage? Am I a beginner? Have I already done my certifications? Number one. Number two, if I have done my certifications, do I know how to sell? If no, how do I learn that? Number three, how am I trying to package my brand overall, and who is the target audience whose problem I'm solving? Once you can answer these couple of questions, the journey becomes easy for you. It's like, in very simple words, if I say, don't just go with the outcome that you have to prepare. Ask yourself that, where am I and where do I need to go, and what are the steps that are going to come in between. And just go for one step at a time. That will not overwhelm you, that will not confuse you. And of course, it will make life simpler. When we started, your journey has also been a little similar, yes, Nima. But if you actually look at it, the number of failures have been far more than number of wins. Yes. So if you are not signing up for failures, if you're not signing up for walking on an unknown trajectory, if you're feeling every day I'll be super, in a high state and I will always feel that, oh, I'm going to make it happen. No, there will be days you will have doubt. There will be days you will feel disappointed about yourself. There will be days where you would put your heart, blood, sweat, everything, but you will not get anything at the end of the day. So you are actually signing up for that journey. And I don't want to scare you with that, but at least keep yourself open that, oh, this is how the journey looks like. And don't fall into the trap of a fancy dream wonderland that is going to come after the journey happens. So when said that, Dina, I just wanted to know from you. You were doing good as a breathwork coach, right? So you started your journey, and what do you think made you to really go to high ticket? Why high ticket? Yes. And what purpose do you find in high ticket? So was it just to earn more money? What was that? Yeah. So honestly, of course, yeah, we all want to make more money. So I'll admit I also wanted to make more money. Yeah. But the second thing is not that. The main important thing is that I tried selling low ticket first. And I saw that it was burning me out. Every time I would think, oh, now where do I get more people from? Where do I, like, even taking 199 from people was very heavy for me at that point. And I would not know, like, what do I sell? How do I package it? And I tried selling low ticket. I failed, honestly. And it is only then I realized that whether I talk to people whom I have to sell 5,000 rupee program, or I talk to people whom I have to sell 2 lakh rupee program, the amount of work remains the effort same. Is almost same. Effort remains the same for yes, me. Yes. So and then I started observing what's happening in these communities where people are selling L1, L2, L3 products. The problem is you are not ready in the beginning. If I'm specifically talking about life coaches and healers, you are in the beginning not ready to even sell something to somebody. Okay?
Forget about selling a high ticket.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. So first of all, once you learn selling, low ticket is also possible and high ticket is also possible. But what will high ticket do? The number of people you have to handle as a solopreneur, that will be less.
Yes.
Number two, your amount of work remains the same. Number three, when cash flow will start to happen, you will have the money and the power and the energy to scale your business to the next level.
Mhm.
Unless you have money, how long will you continue to work
Yes.
hard?
You will not
That's-
survive.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that is why in America they call it burnout model of business.
Got it.
So they are not appreciating the fact that you start with something and then you that is also working for a lot of people. But you have to understand that I'm not starting from ads on day one. If you are working on an ad model, definitely have a lead magnet, a low ticket entry point for people. That works. But if you're really trying to grow organically first, hone your selling skills first, go with high ticket. Why? Because it will give you some cash to hire somebody and to put some money on ads and experiment.
And only when, no, I very much agree with that, Veena. And only when you have that cash, you can actually upgrade yourself to be able to better serve your audience.
Absolutely.
Right. So you will have to again invest on more on you, more on your team. So your current clients get better experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you are the low energy and you feel a burnout, then you will only see complaints coming in, isn't it? So what challenges have you faced whenever you did a low ticket?
Actually, all that we are discussing right now, like I actually felt, palpitations sometimes. Where do I find these new people from?
Every time,
Every
yeah.
time I had to get to new people. Then I would feel that who's going to buy my program. I would do these webinars, 4 day, 5 day, WhatsApp model, and at the end of the day, I would not be able to sell. Like people would send me very nice messages. You are my angel. You changed my life. But
My money
bank
bank account does not
Yes,
interest, yeah.
absolutely. So again, it all comes to your own self worth and also understanding what is that first step for you as a life coach.
Yeah.
The first step is to learn how to sell. Number two, have a high ticket product, have high pricing, so that even if you onboard one client, two clients, you have some substantial amount of money coming to you, so that you can put it back in more on your business,
Resources, yeah.
and then you can expand your business.
And you can focus. The lesser
Absolutely.
number of clients you have, you can actually focus towards them.
Absolutely.
So जितना scattered रहता है. So even I have done low ticket. Sorry. So I have also done low ticket. But I saw that people are not committed, Veena.
Yes.
आजकल तो 5,000 rupees doesn't matter. 10,000 rupees doesn't matter. आजकल तो 1 लाख पे करके भी लोग committed नहीं रहते.
Yes.
Isn't it? And you are seeing, you are wanting them to come up, show up, and you are feeling anxious now.
Yes.
Why people are not doing things, then my program will fail. But the real problem is they have not taken that risk for
Absolutely.
growth, and so they are not committed.
Yes.
So then, actually, the problem was with us that for a small amount of money, we are giving so much value which they don't realize is worth. So we should have made them to invest in.
Absolutely. There's a very famous quote on this: people who pay attention.
Ah,
So
wow.
if you pay more,
They will pay more
they pay
attention.
more attention.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what it is. People who commit in a bigger, massive way, they are those action takers. You will attract those people when you are starting with high ticket. So yeah, this is
Wow,
the job.
so amazing. So, Veena, you are a business coach, and no, already you have crossed almost 1 crore of turnover in your business in just 1 year, and helped so many coaches, right? What is the one missing thing? See, we provide resources, we provide them blueprints, you give strategies, you give DM conversations. But why is that not all the clients are able to get the same results? Where do you think no is the missing piece?
I think the thing that they miss out is the belief.
Oh.
The inner belief is not there that will this thing work for me or not. They are not ready to surrender. I have seen people who are the least smartest in my community getting the fastest results.
I agree with this. I agree with this because I don't use my brains. And I always tell my clients, my secret of success is because I don't use my brain. Okay, so I'm very happy not using my brain and I just go with the heart, right? And I think we have to train people to be like that. Okay.
Yeah. So the more we surrender, the more a person is surrender. An average person ready to give their 100%, chances are I've seen them succeeded more. The people who are the smartest, I've seen them fail so many times. And the reason is simple that they don't surrender.
You're analyzing,
Yes,
you are
analyzing,
doubting.
you're doubting, you want all the control in your hands.
Things
You
will
are
not work.
cross-checking things, which is good,
Always, yeah.
which is good.
Mm.
But from a place of surrender and belief in the universe that if I'm putting my 100%, I will get results. And the universe is always working in my favor.
Exactly. That belief is needed. Yeah. So you are so right. Because when you start working on comparing, पहले तो डाउट आ गया मेंटर पे डाउट आ गया एंड नंबर टू you will keep spending time on analyzing and now your brain has already got drained out of analyzing and no more energies remain for action taking. A person who does not spend time on analyzing, he is like chalo blind action taking. And what matters in success? Action takers, isn't it? So there is a very beautiful quote from Gita which I keep quoting, that which says that a power to a mentor comes from the student. The amount of belief a student puts in a mentor is how the success they achieve. It is not about कि we might be how much ever knowledgeable.
Yes.
अगर हमारा student surrender नहीं है, action नहीं ले रहा है, so what can we do?
Beautiful.
You cannot take even sticks behind them, ना. आजकल तो बच्चों को भी डांटना पड़ा है. So clients को क्या डांटोगे यार? Right? They get offended no matter how much they pay. So I think again here the high ticket is very important because again you said the more you pay, the more you pay attention and you surrender, isn't it?
I'd just like to
Yeah,
add one more
please,
thing here because
please.
we are talking about Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
And there is three kinds of minds if we are able to cultivate
Okay.
as coaches, as people. Karma Buddhi, Arpan Buddhi, and Prasad Buddhi. This is what
Wow.
Krishna is saying. That
Mm.
Karma Buddhi is that you do something wholeheartedly. Arpan Buddhi means when you've done that work, surrender it on the feet of the Lord.
Mm.
And Prasad Buddhi means whatever result you are getting, accept it graciously as you got Prasad. If we
Okay.
create these three kinds of attitude and mental attributes within us, then our journey becomes totally different. Then you're not in pain. Then you're flying in a different level because everything is only Prasad.
So what is it? Karma Buddhi, Arpan Buddhi, and Prasad Buddhi.
So
Okay.
you put the work on the feet of the Lord, and whatever you receive as a end result is your prasad. So that can be good, that can be bad.
Yeah.
But what you have to keep in mind is your attitude
Towards
how
that
you are
result,
accepting
outcome.
that outcome. Right? Because if I can't see, let's say I got failure, I got rejection.
Mm.
If I can't see that failure as Lord's prasad,
Then I will only blame,
I will
go
only
into victim
blame.
zone.
If I'm in that attitude, oh, this is what the Lord wanted for me, and probably from there I will see, oh, how can I make things better?
Yeah, taking
Then it's taking ownership and responsibility for the situation where you
so
are.
deep, so deep. Wow, wow. Yes. So taking the outcomes as they are, right, and might be improvising on them matters the most. And I think that makes a difference between number of clients. So that is why not everyone gets the same results. So beautiful. Amazing, Pina. So, Pina, you have been a Reiki healer also, right? So I know that you constantly do your healing and include your clients in the healing as well. So for our when we do business coaching, right? So we are working on money, we are helping them to scale with frameworks and stuff. So how much does relevance this healing has in they getting success? How much do you think clients should focus on their healing as
Oh, it has a major role. See why? Because it's only when you go on the playground and you play the game,
well?
that's when you fall on your feet. That's
Yeah.
when you get the scratches. That's
Yeah.
when you cry. That's when you lose or win or whatever. That's when you are in emotions, right?
Yes.
And when I can handle that, I'm playing the game of my business.
Yes.
I will fall. I will have to get up. I will have days with tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
And that is when I have to heal that space and from there go to the next level. So healing is actually for those who are actually playing the game and
Yeah.
not for those who are looking at others and just watching
Finding,
them
yeah.
grow.
Huh.
So of course, every single day, every single day. Like I don't know how people function, but if I don't surrender, I can't work. If
Mhm.
I don't say that it's not me who's doing, it's that higher power
Mhm.
where I surrender, and that's when real magic flows through me. And then I never say that I have been able to do it. It's because of that power that some things are happening through me in this world.
Got it. Yes.
So there is a lot of detachment also to the process. And when there is detachment, that's when you can really play with,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
really bounce back and you can
Yes.
heal and you can look at your situation from a distance,
Yeah.
just like
So
a friend.
beautifully mentioned this detachment, right? And when it comes to playing the money game and business, it's very difficult. So, Beena, can you give some examples from your journey? How did you inculcate this detachment from results? Of course, when you started, you could also have been anxious about the client आएंगे या नहीं, पैसा आएगा कि भी नहीं. I remember I was like that. So, how did you evolve? I mean, can you give some examples of how did you give a self talk to yourself? What did you do to come to that detached mindset the way you are now?
So the only thing I ask myself that even if I lose everything, will I still have food to eat on my table?
Wow.
Will I still have a house to
So
live?
imagining the worst
Yeah.
scenario and being
Yes,
okay with
so
it.
when I see that, yeah, even if I lose everything, I still have food to eat and a house to live. So I thank my husband for that. And then I go out and play the game, maybe. So there should be no looking back. And of course, I know that desperation is the opposite of manifestation. So the moment I am sitting with a client on a clarity call, I'm always telling myself, this person should come to me only if I can add some value in their journey. And once the approach is like this, you're not even thinking about the moment. You're looking at the person. Whether
What is the otherwise mindset that should not be there?
Yeah, so generally, how people sit on a sales call is that they want to sell something to the person who's sitting in front of us. And they're using the tools and the tactics and the right script and everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, scripts is one part. What you're really missing is the internal energy and dialogue that you are framing to yourself. Are you asking during the call, how can I add more value to this person? How can I genuinely bring this person on a stage where this person can get a decision for herself or himself? Because if I as a coach cannot bring that person on a stage where she can decide for herself, then the life of that person never changes.
Then
She will
what's the
still
point?
remain in the same
Yeah.
place where she was before coming to me.
Yeah.
So that your responsibility starts right from the time you're on a sales call as a coach. And when you do that from a place of real detachment and surrender, I think different questions come out of your mouth. Your energy is different. And that is what people sense. Because I have had clients who are saying, oh, I've paid to somebody else, but I want to pay you also. And I say, don't pay me.
Yeah.
I say, please go and check. Do double check. Don't get emotional.
Again, implement
Yeah.
and come.
Yeah, so I always try to see what all they can take more from the existing mentor.
Existing.
Yeah, and get better on their journey. And then if I can add some value, I'll be happy to add. But absolute zero attachment to the result. And I think the more I detach, the better I become in the process. And that's why I say sales is a highly spiritual process.
Yes, I
You
agree.
evolve as a person in the game. So, yeah.
So, yeah. So when you say detachment, energy, and what we should speak to the clients, Veena, what is the most common answer people give you on why did they join?
Yeah, so they normally what I hear from them is I don't know, I just felt so connected to you. I felt that your energy was very comforting to me. And I felt some kind of connection with you, and that's why I decided.
Wow. Because people self doubt them when they come कि मुझे कौन pay करेगा and I don't have testimonials and I'm a new person launching myself. But they will have very expertise knowledge. They'll be very good and very genuine. But they think testimonials chahiye, you need ads, you need presence. So do you think only that matters?
Not
Did you
at all.
grow because of testimonials earlier?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
No. So basically, the only thing you have to keep in your mind is, am I ready to serve people? If the answer is yes, just go ahead and do it. Because in today's time, knowledge is everywhere. On a click of a button, AI will give you all the possible knowledge of the world. So people in the coming time are not going to pay you for your knowledge.
Yes.
People are only going to pay you for the way you make them feel, how you treat them, and how comforting you are as a person, how safe you make them feel, and how much of a belief shift you can install in them that it is possible for them. Yes. So once you can do that to somebody, they would be with you forever.
So amazing, Veena. I think the no highlight that I take from this is that, are you ready to serve? If you feel that you're ready to serve, then only you should get into it. And might be otherwise you have to work on yourself. So is that once I have done say my Reiki and I have practiced for a couple of years, or say whatever tarot, whatever passion I'm into, does my journey end there? And it's only about me scaling my frameworks and learning the script, or learning how to set up my personal brand, or should I keep constantly putting myself into self work? What do you suggest to your clients?
It just depends that where are you right now and where do you want to go. So once you are clear on that, then okay, how much is enough for me, and how much do I really want to earn? And what is it that ultimately I want to want in my life? Like at the end of my life, do I want to make 100 crores or 5 crores or 10 crores is enough for me? Like have something for yourself on the list so which you can decide, okay, yeah, theek hai, chalo. The money part is sorted now. So I always see that where I am right now, for me, it was very important to be financially independent.
What made you? So, what was the reason? I would like to know. Like to push yourself into this. Why did you? Because I think
Yes.
you were in a very good job. You were actually, in fact, a very luxurious job profession you were in. And so, what made you to really get into this painful journey of evolution, right? So, I know it was not easy, isn't it? So, why do you think it was important for you?
Yeah, it was important for me because I don't want to be a person who's not achieved anything and then giving lectures to my family members, you know.
Okay.
So I really wanted to demonstrate hard work to my kids. I really wanted them to look up to me. Like one day my son came, he was 8 years old, and he told me on my face, Mom, what are you doing? Look at dad, he's so successful. You are not doing anything. And that shook me. Why? Because I thought that maybe by leaving my job, I'll become the best mother in the world.
Okay.
You know? But then the same son is coming me and telling me on my face that I don't respect you. Like, you know,
Yes,
he
it
didn't have
feels
the
so.
words,
Yeah,
but it felt like this to me that
yes.
my son is not respecting me the way I am today, and neither was I was respecting my own self. Because for everything from the age of 19, I had never taken money from my father, and here I was at 32 and taking
from your
money
spouse,
from my
yeah.
husband. So even though he never said no, but then so I really wanted to give back something to my son that day, but I just stopped myself. I said that he's building perception in the world. And the perception he's got that people with more money are respected more and they are more successful. And that was not the day I wanted to reply him back. From that day, I took a decision that I will be financially independent and I will not stop till the time I don't stop, getting that money. And of course, that day came eventually where money started to come and everything started to happen. And then this boy is coming to me after 2 years and saying, Mom, you are like, you're doing so amazing. Dad is in dust. So that day I told him, Garvit, you have to listen to me one thing. It doesn't matter how much money a person is making. Okay, today your mother is making money, your father is making money, tomorrow we might not be able to make money. And that does not give us the liberty to disrespect people based on how financially independent they are. People have different circumstances. So never judge a person based on the money that person is making. And that day he just got quiet. and something got internalized in him. And I know that internalization was so deep that I am proudly saying that my son doesn't judge people for the kind of money they make. And he really respects from my maids to everybody who's ever comes at him.
But same message had you told before you started doing this, it would not have been so deep, and he would have felt कि ये तो बहाना है, मम्मी तो कुछ भी बोल रही है अपने आप को समझाने के लिए, है ना?
Yes.
So you had to put it this into action,
Absolutely.
and that is why we say that for kids we need to live up and show what is the reality and become their inspiration, not talking, doing. We will have to live up to that. My God, so powerful, Bina. And I think for every woman listening this should understand that you are not no obliged to prove anyone anything. You are good as amazing you are. You have given birth to children. You're taking care of the family, and you are amazing. But if you want to really put over a message into the world, even for your children and family, you will have to come up. It is not for money, it is not for people, not for no showing up things. You will have to bring into reality to give that strong message, like Bina said. And
See, being in Butterwood, complaining, criticizing the world, putting fingers on somebody because if you, I could not do it. That would have been so easy, no?
yes,
But
yes.
it takes courage to stand tall, to learn new things, to
Yes.
fail, to experiment, and redo things all over again. Like he's literally seen me doing things which I could not do in one go, and redoing and redoing and redoing and
We would have been shocked कि मम्मी इतना कर सकती है, मम्मी
Yes.
को ये सब आता है.
So now when he saw that I am only failing so many times, I'm getting up, I don't have to tell him that you have to go and challenge yourself in the world. He is seeing my mother has to give one speech, she's prepared 20 times for that since morning.
Yeah.
Right? So he is already getting all the messages that are required. And you know, Mahima, the most beautiful things that are happening is till the time I was timid as a mother. Oh, if I work, my children will suffer this, that. All these stories I was telling myself. Till the time I was doing that, my son was a shy introvert boy. And he would get little scared, with putting himself out there. Today, the day I started making progress, the day I started challenging my fears, I saw he has also started challenging his fears. And when, like last time, only last year, when he came first in his school, I was like, how did you do it? I didn't even pay attention to what he was studying. You know what he said? Beta is coming.
Such a proud moment, Beena. Congratulations. Wow. What else could make a mother proud of, no, apart from this? इसीलिए शायद बोलते हैं ना कि the power lies in you and your energy is reflected in your family. So आपको किसी को एडवाइस देने की जरूरत नहीं, किसी से झगड़ा करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You change and evolve, and you're seeing your son change. And I hear so many of my clients say, कि Hima, कि after I have started working things, automatically now my husband goes to the gym regularly. Earlier I had to really fight. My son and daughter, they are eating fruits now. They are listening to this now. They're listening to that now. We never worked on their family. We worked on our clients, isn't it? And I think this is such an amazing example. You should really go loud to every woman hearing this that you are the change maker. And ऐसे थोड़ी बोला था कि the female, the woman in the house is the powerhouse, and that is why so much importance was given to the woman. Not because to treat you for a cooking or as a maid, unpaid maid at home, not at all, right? You were given importance because your energy matters so much, and might be in the journey you have forgotten your value so far, and you will. I think these are just reminders, right? You need to really work and not for money, for yourself, right? Money is just a what? Bahana hai, na motivation hai. So amazing, Beena.
And giving some credits to Hema, by the way. So while we both are shooting this podcast, Hema's son is playing. You are in the same hall, by the way, silently.
Yeah.
So that is when women say, "Oh, I'm saying yes to my dreams."
My
Everything
children are
happens.
listening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he is a very, I think Beena was telling, कि कितना active kid है. Like we say, कि कितना naughty है, कैसे. But see, when he understood कि his mother is busy, he is turning that side and playing so silently. He did not disturb, and always he does that. I went to the beach yoga with one of the community, and I was the only person who took my kid because I thought मैं ही क्यों मजा लूं? I will make my son allow in the beach. And he was so quiet for 1 hour playing in the sand. He didn't even come, Mama. Only I said, Mama is going for a work, but I want to also have you with along with me. All I want is not to disturb. Right? So really kudos to these kids and know how tender they are. We only complicate because our energy is anxious, isn't it, Veena?
Yes.
We get into victim mode,
Yes.
saying कि मैं mother हूँ, 2 बच्चे हैं, they will not listen. No, no. You listen to yourself and they will listen, right? You are not listening to yourself. You are not having control over your own emotions, isn't it, Veena?
Are you walking like a queen, Vaishali?
Yeah, you walking like the queen. See the queen, right? उसकी एनर्जी से ही सब लोग उसको लाइक लिसन करते हैं, फॉलो करते हैं, एडमायर करते हैं. दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ फेमिनिन एनर्जी. एंड आई मस्ट से दिस, when I joined Bina, I think I was in a very masculine energy of doing, करना है, money problems, debts, and so much. But beyond all the frameworks I got, like she's an organic coach and she helps us grow organically. The shift in that no period of mentoring around her was every time I used to go to Bina and say कि Bina क्यों काम नहीं कर रहे? It's like Hema, ground yourself, come into a feminine energy, right? ट्रस्ट करो, थोड़ा जॉयफुल मोड में रहो, थोड़ा नो अपने आप को ईज करो. एंड whenever that reminder came to me and I implemented, I got results. Like feminine energy is about being subtle and being in a flow, being in love. Things will come to you. You don't have to really go chase anything, right? So thanks a lot, Veena, for that. No, I really give credits to her for reminding always me about being feminine and grounding myself. So yeah, I think we have spoken much on energy, and now let's come to some frameworks, Veena. People feel very shy to show up on social media, though they are giving knowledge. I tell कि लोग साबुन बेच रहे हैं, तेल बेच रहे हैं, आप ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बेच रहे हो, एंड व्हाई आर यू फीलिंग शाय? सो what are the ideas or guidelines you would want to give to audience, so to make them make them feel the importance of showing up on the media and sharing knowledge? Your the scaling your business.
Yeah. So I think what is the biggest resistance people have is that people will judge them.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And see, ask yourself that who are these people? Are
Yes.
they highly successful people who are going to judge you? Are they those people whom you look up to and you want to be like them? Because people whom you look up to and want to be like them, they will never judge you.
Yeah, because they have gone on the journey. They don't have time.
Yes, they don't have time for that. They're busy in their own journey. So who are you waiting for? And it's okay to look stupid. It's okay.
Yes.
You have to build that muscle of looking stupid in front of people.
Yeah,
Like I
yes.
told myself, even if people feel Veena is stupid, she talks nonsense,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yes.
Then I started telling myself I'm okay to look like a fool for my dreams. That's when magic started to happen.
Wow. I'm okay to look like a fool for my dream. Doesn't matter, right? It's so worthy. Is it?
Absolutely.
Wow.
So, and believe me, we think about those 50 people who will judge you. What if one person gets inspired and that person's life gets changed?
Yes.
You won't believe,
Yes.
Hema. I've gone to so many social gatherings and functions, parties. And people what they said, that one day your reel came and your one message came on your status.
Yeah.
It was talking about this. Veena, that just changed my day. That just shifted something in me. So, are you working for those people who are waiting for them to get some hope through you?
Yeah.
Or it's okay to, like, are you trading it for judgment of people? People will anyway judge you.
Yes,
If you don't do anything, sit at home, try to
will judge you.
you will still
Bekar
be
hai.
judged.
Yeah.
So, I am quite okay looking like a fool in
Yes.
front of people.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I'm worthy of achieving what I'm achieving.
Amazing, amazing. So such a nice thing, right? So actually, who are you looking up to? And people whom you are inspired from, either they don't have time and they have actually walked through a journey and they would only appreciate. And others who are judging are actually sitting idle and they have already been in the victim mode and they are just feeling jealous कि ये हमसे आगे ना बढ़ जाए. Alright, so I will give a small example, Bina. Here you rightly said. So one of the clients, she is a healer. And she's also special needs mentor, and she was working with 3 of her other partners, and suddenly she felt ki it was not enough and alignment was not there, and she came into this high ticket coaching. And you know what, there were a lot of disagreements between them before she came out, and they were happy that she left the group. but they did not expect that she is going to grow to the next level. And people, when they saw she's going to the next level, now they're shocked. They're like, they are now holding their hearts. They are not raising, oh, she's doing something great. Now their eyeballs are, surprised. So this is what happens, isn't it? So people are not very comfortable, to see you grow. Initially, they will judge you, they will show resistance, they will try to demotivate you. But you keep progressing, then they themselves will come to work with you. Isn't
And
it?
that is also universe working in your favor, because you can't remain the same person and have different results.
Yeah.
You will have to become a new person so to get new results. When I was a timid, shy, insecure person, that was what I was manifesting. Today,
Got it.
I had to travel a journey to become this person, and that is why I'm confident today. Right?
Got it.
Doesn't matter.
And so now, when you became confident, you are attracting clients who are really serious about working and paying. Now they don't give money objections. Right. So money again is energy only. So amazing, Bina. Bina, again, coming to organic, right? So you are expert of organic and you scaled your business, without doing any ads. What are the biggest mistakes that people? Because I remember it almost took me 7 to 8 months to break my inhibitions to be able to converse with people, and no, I literally had to heal my heart chakra and ground myself, and then get into a flow of chatting. Hardly I would connect with two people and then I will go into cocoon. So how does it really happen? How does this conversation and effortless closing happen without even ads? I know it works,
Yeah.
but how does it work?
I think again, Hema, it's about energy. So it's like this, that people simply just want to go and marry. Okay, they don't want to date. They don't want to say I
Okay.
love you.
Yeah.
They don't want to say like, oh, you're the most beautiful person on this planet.
Okay. They
And
don't want to
let
make this effort. Yeah.
yes, let that their heart sink and come towards you, and then you marry.
Yeah.
Because that is real marriage, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That is what organic is. You are not
Right.
connecting with the person. You are not making friendship with them. You don't have the patience to even look at their content and comment and have nice, warm, loving words for them. But you expect to straight away go and close the client.
Oh.
So
okay.
this is not going to happen like that. You have to build relationship with people. And once you have relationships, people are going to give you any money that you ask for that matter, because they will start trusting you and you will start trusting them. So it's mutual, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that you want everybody inside your program also.
Yes, we
You
don't
also
want.
need to qualify.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when you feel mutual connection, and that takes a little amount of effort and work. So I see that so many people, they're like, I don't want to talk to people. If you don't want to talk to people, you don't want to make an effort to align them, you don't want to give them anything, you don't want to help them without getting something in return, then selling will not happen.
Oh.
So it is a cycle. Your energy has to be giving, loving, supporting. So 80-20 rule will always apply. 80 times giving and 20% taking.
Got it.
So ask yourself, have I given this person enough
Enough.
to make that person my client? If your answer is no, don't expect the same to happen.
Got it.
So whenever I go on a call and I'm meeting the person for the first time, I'm not even sitting there to sell. It's like I am sitting there to have friendship with that person. That's it. To know where they're stuck. What is their challenges? Can I do something for them even for free? Can I even invite them for my master class? Can I put them in a support group where they will keep getting have added value? Can I give them a free lead magnet that will help them resolve their problem? Can I give them a quick win even on the call itself that will solve some of their burning issue? Once you're doing that, the person falls in love with you. And that is when actually selling happens. And you won't believe, the cycle is very, very profound. The reason is that once you start, that is the way you work. People come to you, they are looking at you, looking at you, looking at you, and in one go you will close like 4 clients, 3 clients, 2 clients.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So always have the energy of serving, not selling. Always having the energy of connection, not conversion. Once you have that, that person might not come to your program, but they might even recommend somebody else to your program. And it has like a, that the cascading effect. Like suddenly you will have, a lot of people knowing you and loving you when you start attracting new people. You won't believe in the last 2 3 months I have not even done so much of marketing, but I've attracted clients. Why? Because the existing people who know, they felt
Refer.
aligned with my energies.
Mm.
Why? Because I was not selling them anything in the call. I was just trying to decode like what are their challenges and if anything free can help them to go to the next level.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yes.
So nice, so nice. So, Beena, before even we start marketing, right? Should we have a ready program? I mean, does it fit for everyone? How is that? No, if someone is wanting to launch their business or they're a
No,
beginners.
I think that, see, when you're a beginner, you have a lot of things in your mind. You're looking at people,
Mm.
but you are not able to see business from a selling perspective a lot of times. So always go to somebody who's done it. Like go and connect with few business coaches, talk to them, see how they are working. What is it that you can do in your own journey? Even if you meet 10 people, you will come to a lot of conclusions. The problem is people even don't want to make that effort of meeting 10 business coaches.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, so many things will be clear to you. So just go ahead and start exploring the journey.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. So what about ads? Have before coming to organic, have you tried ads, Beena? Why did you choose organic?
Organic, why I tried was that, see, if I start ads from day one, I don't have credibility. I don't have paying customers. I don't have great testimonials. So it will be like another junk ad coming on my feed. And also, it is like fake confidence somewhere deep down for me. That is why I always say that if you're a life coach, you've just taken certification, you don't even have real testimonials, don't go for ads at that point. Why? Because you don't have these following things. First, you have to build some testimonials, have some closings already, have some, social proof around your business, and have a little bit of confidence that yes, if somebody comes to me, I can genuinely help them. So, organic is the foundation that you set up for yourself. Once the foundation is solid, then scaling is like you can do like this. Why? Because your program is tested, it's validated, it's helping people, and you can really produce results. Then scaling becomes very easy.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with you because I remember even before no coming to learn organic from you, I had worked with or I learned running ads, then I could not do it. I thought delegation. Then I took almost 6 to 7 agencies. I mean, I hired,
I
I
remember.
paid, yeah. But might be they were able to break even until one of the ad managers they goofed up with 2 lakhs, no loss. They could not get me leads, they spent the money. And I was like, I'm done. I took 6 months break because to come out of that trauma, because until then I was running my business without any loss. I was able to know earn whatever I had to pay. So, but that was not sustainable. Finally, what I learned from organic was that having a credible brand and trust is what going to take a long term. So ad is going to be only a short term game.
Yes.
अगर आपको टेम्पररी कुछ करना है बस बट अगर you want to really build a business long term, only having a solid organic foundation is going to take you there.
Have solid foundations, number one. Number two, scale with ads and have organic and ads
Combined.
parallelly.
Yes.
That
yes.
is the way you can really go to the next level.
Got it. Got it. So nice. And I think more than offline, online gives you all the opportunities. So thanks to COVID to connecting to international clients also, isn't it? And otherwise, we could not even think of connecting with international clients. And Beena, before we even conclude, I would want you to give at least some, 5 things that you do not want upcoming aspiring coaches or coaches who want to really scale not to do or to avoid.
Don't fall in the fancy trap that if you're becoming a life coach, you're going to change somebody's life. Okay.
Yeah, so deep, my God, don't even think you're doing a favor to anyone. Yeah.
You are absolutely not doing favor. There are millions of ways of helping the world. You can help plants animals, and there are a number of ways you can go and work for NGOs. But if you are working life as a life coach, you want to become, and you also want to earn money, treat it as a business. And for that, right from day one, be prepared that you are going to learn a skill and then monetize it also by learning business skills. So
Yes.
so anything which is having a money angle involved, understand it's not your certificate that will make you get the money. So
So
don't
true,
fall into
so
the
true.
fancy trap. Understand it is your business skills plus your certification that is going to take you to the
Yes.
next level. Number two, always see which community, when you're joining a community, see how many people are successful in that community.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because we've invested a lot of money in different coaches, right? Hema?
Yes, yes.
But and then when you see their ad, they show you, oh, so many crores, so many this, so many that. But
What's the
ask
percentage?
the number. What is
Yeah.
the percentage? Out of how many thousands of people who have these handful of 100 people?
Yeah.
You will see the result is actually 0.001%.
Yeah.
So if any community you have success ratio more than 15 to 20%,
It's a
go
good
ahead
thing. Yeah.
and do join them.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's number two. Number three, we are not doing it for money at the end of the day. There are multiple layers. So if your intention comes first, if your reasons are very strong, that even if I don't earn money for the next 5 years, I will still continue to do this work, then go ahead and do it. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Number four, uh, people will say work life balance, this balance, that balance. I think sometimes you will be totally out of balance.
Yes.
There will be
Yes.
no family life balance.
Yes.
There will be days where you will be a total disaster.
Yeah.
There will be days that you will not be able to cook like a good mom.
Yeah.
There will be days when you really want to do something for your kids, you will not be able to do. So be prepared for that. That yes, but there will also be some days where you will treat them like you could have never treated
Yes.
as a stay-at-home mom. You could have gifted your husband something which you truly dreamt to do. So it is a balance of sometimes being great and sometimes not being so great. And if you
That's
can accept
okay.
your life
Yeah.
that way, it's okay. Fifth, don't just follow other people that, oh, that person is doing so nice. I want to look like them, so I'm doing it. No. Ask yourself that what is totally aligned to me as a person. You know, like if you are really happy just being a stay-at-home mom and just want to be around your kids, just
That's
be that
okay.
person.
Yeah.
It's truly
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to follow any kind of rat race.
Yes.
You don't have to follow the world. Listen to your own deeper self, that what
Yes.
makes you truly happy and successful, makes you feel that way. Write those things down and then assess that what steps or decisions in my life do I need to make in order to go to the next level, which is aligned to my happiness. And once you have doing that, you will get some answers, and that is going to be congruent to where they're going.
So amazing, Veena. And yes, the community matters because the energy of what people know around know are know you are around with. So because otherwise if you're around people who are judging and who are a victim mode, you also don't feel motivated. But if you are around people who are going through the journey, who have gone through a journey, and without fearing judgment, you can share your failures. That is what we need.
Absolutely.
Right?
Have a
Everyone's
circle.
judging us.
Have a circle. Have a
Mm.
circle. Very, very important. And see, when we talk about queen like energy, in our families, not necessary that everybody is going to support us.
Yeah.
Right? People might judge you in your own families. Now, what do you do with them? They are your family members.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it, right? But have a second source of support. Have
Yes.
friends, have
Yeah.
peers,
Mm.
have colleagues who can really give you that mindset support whenever needed. And when you are a queen in that queenly energy, to understand that a queen is able to even love people who hate her.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so there will be some people who would hate you always, like forever.
She's able to
But
be indifferent to
yes,
that. Yeah.
so just walk in that confidence. Don't get bogged down because you are that queen and you have signed up for that journey.
Yes.
So be in that space of love, joy, and surrender. And the universe is always there to love you and support you back.
So true, Veena. Yeah, that's why we say entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey. more than a money journey, because only when you enter, you understand that so many layers are opening up and you are changing. And I like the point you said that if you want to be a stay at home mom and you're enjoying, or if you're someone who is enjoying your work, ठीक है यार चलता है ऐसा नहीं कि everyone has to become an entrepreneur. Might be you are suitable to be an employee and you are able to make peace with it and you are able to balance your work. You don't have any urge or unfulfillment, right? So, and it's okay. You don't have to see others and go to the rat race ki some entrepreneurs ban rahe, मैं भी बनूंगा. Not everyone has that ability to take that risk and go through that stress test. You know, entrepreneurship is a stress test and you will have to really become immune and really work upon it. And same by being a stay-at-home mom. People might not appreciate, people might not value, but you just need to heal yourself and work on it. You really don't have to get into कि मुझे improve करना है, I'll go and whatever you're doing is enough. Let people acknowledge, not acknowledge, doesn't matter. It's up to you what journey you want to choose. So nice, Beena, connecting with you, and so much of value addition you have given today to our audience. I hope it would really be eye opening for everyone who want to pursue their passion and skills and are confused on what I can do and what I cannot do. Or you're trying something already, but it's not working, and you understand that your alignment, your energy, and your grounding is what missing, and you can focus on that, isn't it? So thank you, Beena, and until we connect again for some really beautiful discussion.
Thank
Thanks
you,
a lot.
Hema. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.